Soham, it gives me a great pleasure to congratulate you on becoming India's latest international master. You are here at the Abu Dhabi 30th version of the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. You got your first nom here and also you crossed 2400 this time in this tournament. So could you please tell us what does this title mean to you?
Thank you so much, sir, for the congratulations. I was trying very hard for this title, and at a point I thought I'm lagging behind a lot, but finally it happened, and it happened where it started. So that's poetically beautiful.
Right. You mentioned where it started, but it actually started much earlier. You are the first international master from a state of Jammu and Kashmir, which is in India. And if you can tell us, if you would like to tell us, how did this journey begin? When was your first interaction with chess? Do you remember the day or how chess came into your life?
I remember it very well. So we used to play chess at our home, but we didn't used to know the rules.
Okay.
So, but
like there
day,
was a chessboard at your home.
yeah.
Okay.
But one day, a school teacher came and they told us that a state tournament is happening. And that day, I got introduced to chess officially, you can say.
Okay, so you went there without knowing the rules, or you got some
Yes,
training?
I didn't even know how to castle and pawns can move two squares. So actually, they taught us because it was under 9.
Okay.
So it was kind of expected in Jammu Kashmir because there were not many players. So they taught us, and luckily I won, and I even went for nationals.
You won.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is an amazing story. So yeah, okay. So you were not aware about the rules. Then you went to play a national. Then you like state tournament. Then you play nationals, and then this journey of reaching 2400. What a story. So could you please tell us that when you were growing up and you were starting to learn, who was your first coach?
My first coach was from Jammu only. His name was Vivek Bharti, and he was shortly followed up by Sumit Karove. So they were my first mentors, and gradually I had many coaches. I took a lot of camps, but I didn't had any permanent coach until the lockdown. I started taking coaching frequently from GM Swapnil Dopade, and I also took a camp from Sham Sundar.
Okay.
So they both, Swapnil sir always helped me in every part of the game, and also Sham sir's camp was very helpful, and I think that they gave me confidence for my games as well.
You are from a state where not, as you mentioned, not many people know chess, play chess. So when you used to tell your school or your friends that I am a chess player, or like I'm sure, we know that there was a lot of support from your family, but I'm also sure that there was a lot of hurdles in the way. So what did you tell your relatives or friends that, like I'm sure that you must have heard that, oh, why are you playing chess? Why not something else?
Yeah, actually, I have heard that. Like my father never let these things affect me, but I have heard like my relatives telling why my father like, oh, what is the future in this game? Why are you wasting so much time, money, and effort for something that is not like that is not building my career or something for them. So, but my father believed in me, and he didn't let me face all this. So he was a shield between those hurdles and my chess career.
Amazing. So we are now in 2024. Would you tell us that which year you started playing?
I know I was in 4th class, so maybe it was year 2013 October. Yeah.
2013. So almost 11 years, right?
Yes.
To get your first proper title, the international master. And we all know that the journey from IM to GM is another big leap. So how are you mentally prepared for this? Because you knew that this was coming one today or tomorrow, but the journey towards the grandmaster is a huge journey, big journey. So how are you taking this?
I have already missed couple of my norms. Like only today I had a must-win game, but I didn't succeed. So I'm coming close to getting a GM norm, so that gives me confidence. Like it's just one game and I have to win. So I think I can do it, but let's see. I don't hope that it takes 3 years like it did with the IM title.
Right. So coming to this tournament, the 30th edition, one of the biggest tournaments in the world, some of the biggest players of the world are playing here. How was your experience here? You finished with a score of 5 out of 9.
I started off strong. I drew with Raunak Sadhwani, one of the top youngsters of India. And my games were not of that high quality at the beginning, but I was managing with some resources. But soon after, I became stable, and my game quality improved in the tournament itself. The thing is, I was having my college exams, so I didn't prepare much before this tournament. So maybe that's why I was shaky in the beginning. But then midway, I geared up and scored some wins.
So which college are you going, and which you are in first year, second year?
I finished my second year exams,
Okay.
and I'm in Jammu University.
And studying what?
I'm studying BA.
BA. So how much time do you dedicate to studies?
Like any other chess player, I only study during exams.
Okay. Nice. So which game would you like to show us today? Because this is a very important tournament for you. You crossed the 2400 mark, you became an international master. So which game do you think was the most important game from the tournament?
I was pretty solid throughout, especially against higher players. And usually I play positional games, but this one game I played very aggressively.
Okay.
Since the opening, so I like to show that game.
Okay, sure.
Against Chinese 2300 FM, his name was Zhu Xianzhan, and I was black. So he played d4, played knight f6, c4, e6, g3, and I played the Benoni. It's already giving away my aggressive intentions, and it didn't take much till the game got complicated. So I think till here we both knew what we were doing. And on bishop f4 I played h6, which is the emerging new move. So and now he started to think. So I guess he was not expecting Benoni, so he was not very well prepared. And here he played a4. So I knew knight e4 is the main move, but it's sort of equalish. And because he took time, I wanted to play something more complex. So I played g5. He went back, because if he went d2 or e3, then it will hinder the knight squares, and knight can also occupy the e3 square in future. And also if bishop is on e3, he can't play e4. So bishop c1 was a good move, and I played bishop f5. He went knight d2 to enforce e4. I played knight a6. Because he played a4, now I have this outpost for my knight. And here he played e4. I went back. Rook e1, knight b4 and knight c4. So till here it's all very normal. Black is trying to compensate for his lack of space, so I have to make such long maneuvers to get my pieces to good squares. But now he's starting to give some serious threats, like e5 is already a decent move, because when I take, he can play d6, and his bishop has opened up. This pawn can be taken at any time, but but black's position is also not without threat. When he plays e5, these two squares suddenly come in bishop's diagonal, and my knight can jump or my bishop can utilize those squares. So here I played a6. Maybe someday I can push b5. Not exactly now, but that was one of my agendas. So he permanently stopped it with a5. And now I went sneakily queen e7, because I baited him into a very obvious move, which I think was the mistake of the game. He should have played something normal, but he played f4, and the temptation is too much to not to play this move, because e5 is coming and the rook and the queen are on the same file, and it looks like black is getting squashed here due to the lack of space. But he missed this move, bishop h5, and the beauty of this move is is the queen is not having great many squares. You don't want to play queen d2 because after I take gf, now you have to take with the queen, and then e5 square will be vulnerable because if you take with the pawn, I have knight g4. And I think, in fact, that is what happened in the game. And if you had played queen b3, then I would have done the same, and now the queen would not be on the defense. So he played queen d2, I took, he took, and I played knight g4. And my pieces are starting to get on the queen side, and that's why I played queen e7 instead of queen c7, so that I have the h4 square for my queen. And now he went all in with e5, because if he hadn't played that, bishop d4 was also a threat, and then the king would be in a vulnerable situation. So e5, queen h4, h2 is hanging, so he played h3. And now was a key decision for me in the game. Usually I'll play it safe, like I'll take knight e5, and this x-ray ensures me that I'm not losing a piece. But when I was seeing all these variations, I thought black is better, but he is having some compensation here. He's underdeveloped, so even in the endgame I should be better. But when I saw another alternative, I started to look for alternatives, and I saw some great attacking ideas, and I couldn't resist myself, so I took d5. And here the craziness in the game begins. So actually I thought during the game he should play f5 in order to not open his position further, but after f5 I can utilize the same idea with knight h2 or something else, so that was not dangerous. But the main question was what happens after f into g4. And he took the knight, and my idea was e into f4. Now suddenly the rook file has opened, and we can see because his bishops on c1 and queen on d2 is so disharmoniously placed, the rook can't protect the rook, and if he takes, I take, and now I have threats like rook e1 and bishop d4. So during the game I thought rook e4 is a good move, because he's not allowing me to get the open file, and now if I take, he wants to capture with the piece. But nevertheless I have moves like bishop d4 followed by bishop g4 with a raging attack. But here my opponent thought for a long time, and I don't think he resisted well here, because instead of taking the piece, he just took fe5. So this was the position. Just took this pawn. And now I just simply recaptured it back. Sorry, this pawn is not here. I took d, and just a second. And he took. So I had the option to take with the rook or the bishop, but I just wanted to keep more pieces on the board. And now bishop d4, h2 is a threat, and even rook is hanging, so he defended it with rook e4. I just saved my queen with queen g3, and now he took the pawn, but his king is just too weak to defend against my threats. So after bishop d4, king h1, rook e4, knight e4, queen e1, king h2, bishop g1, king h1, bishop f2 is an elementary mate, and thus he resigned.
Wow, what a fantastic game. Brilliantly played, and what an attack. Could you please tell us that what was your preparation coming into the game, until what move was your prep?
So as I said, I always play solid chess, but this time I was just not in mood to play positional slow chess. So I prepared this Benoni idea. I saw he plays Catalan structures, and usually I play Queen's Indian with b6, early b6. So he thought if he plays g3, he'll prevent that. So I prepared in anticipation of that. I prepared the Benoni, and Benoni is known for its aggression. So I think this game was in perfect style of Benoni.
Great, awesome. So would you like to tell us that when you are in a tournament like this, is a big tournament, how much help do you get from your coach or a mentor, or do you not take any help, or do you not discuss anything during the tournament? How does the equation go, if you can tell us?
I usually avoid discussing too much, and this time my coach was also playing national seniors, so I didn't want it to disturb his performance because he's also performing very well. So, but usually if I have mostly my nerves are my big issue, and that's why I think it took me 3 years to complete my title. So mostly if I am feeling nervous, then I'll talk to him and he'll guide me how to handle my nerves.
Great. Thank you so much, Soham, for showing us this game, giving us your time, and many, many congratulations on your International Master title. We are very excited for your next journey and hope that your next title, the Grandmaster title, comes soon to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.